Senator Cantwell has mentioned in some detail here the cybersecurity issue and the joint alert from Department of Homeland Security and the FBI regarding Russian government cyber actors and how they have targeted critical infrastructure here in this country, including our electric and generation sources. Know that I share Senator Cantwell's concern on this. I want to make sure that DOE is cooperating with DHS and the FBI with implementation of actions in response to this, but also to make sure that DOE is taking the lead as the sector-specific agency. And Mr. Secretary, you and I had a conversation yesterday just about making sure that DOE, which does have this legislatively designated authority as the lead in the energy sector when it comes to cyber, that again, that continues. So I'd like you to speak specifically to that with regards to DOE's role. And then I've got one more quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am. Senator, thank you. We work very closely with the Department of Homeland Security. There's clear bifurcation, if you will, of our responsibilities, and certainly the Department of Energy. We are the sector-specific agency that partners with the energy sector to ensure infrastructure security and resilience and coordinate response and recovery. And this Caesar office that we make reference to, that we're standing up here, is our response to the clear challenges that the sector has relative to these sometimes non-state players or state players that are coming in and attacking, not Petya, that attack last year that the Russian government was involved with. There has been ransomware that's been stuck in. WannaCry was the code name for it that we've seen. The formation of this Caesar, this office, if you will, enhances the department's role in the sector-specific agency for the energy sector, and it better positions the department to address emerging threats and natural disasters, and support the department's expanded national security responsibilities. The reporting relationship to the Undersecretary of Energy will ensure the importance and the direct pipeline of information, if you will, back to the Secretary of Energy. And I think this placement is very important to bridge the gap between science and technology development and the operators and implementers focused on securing our system. So there is a clear role that DOE plays on cyber. We are committed to being as technically advanced as possible, and it's the reason that we request the funding, and the reason we have structured the agency, or not the agency, but the department as such, to clearly send the message that this is important and that we're going to fund it as such.
Let me ask you, Mr. Secretary, the same question that I ask every other cabinet member when they're in reporting to us on their budget, and this relates to the Arctic, because this is an area not just of interest to me, but really of interest around the world. And my complaint or my fear has been that administration after administration fails to really appreciate the opportunities, the challenges that the Arctic presents. And so I ask the same question effectively: what is contained in your budget request that is specific to Arctic-related activity and how you view the department's mission and role effectively in the Arctic.
Senator, I think it's good news for you that I've been there before. I've been on the North Slope. I have visited that part of the state as an appropriator when I was in the Texas legislature, and even before that, time spent in your state in the taking in the grandeur and the beauty and the diversity of that state. I think it's very important to have people with eyes on, situational awareness, if you will, of the state, of the needs. One of the reasons I'm going with you is I'm going to see some things I've never seen before, whether it's microgrids, the importance of microgrids, whether it's having the conversation on small modular reactors. Is there a role that they could play in a state as diverse, as thinly populated, if you will, as your state? The idea that a transmission system as we have in the continental 48 United States is going to work in Alaska is it's a myth. It can't. It's going to take some unique. It's going to take some unique ways to address challenges that the Arctic has. We're committed to those. Our national labs, the Office of Electricity. We're going to be working with you and a commitment to you to be very open to the innovation and the technology that can serve the people of Alaska in a hopefully a way that they've never seen before.
Well, I appreciate that. My time is up. I will just note, Mr. Secretary, but for the other colleagues on the committee, that Alaska is hosting the National Lab Day the end of May, which will be an opportunity to not only have national labs understand what the Arctic holds, but vice versa. So thank you.